Special type of tissue in plants. Special type of tissue in plants, following types. Special type of tissue mean this type of tissue present in only few types of plants. The plants are called specialized plants. The specialized plants contains special type of tissue. The special type of tissue are following types. One is glands, second one is secretory tissues. These are the glands. First A diagram belongs to hydatoid. B diagram belongs to glandular hair. C diagram belongs to stinging hair. D, E, and F diagrams belongs to nectary glands. And the G diagram belongs to digestive glands. Let's discuss about the A diagram, hydatoid. Hydatoid mainly participated in the guttation. Guttation means water drops are comes out from the plant anatomy through the hydatoid. Water drops are comes out through the hydatoid from the plant anatomy is called guttation. Mainly in Gramineaceae family or Poaceae family, terminal part of leaf, specialized glands are present. The specialized glands are called hydatoid. Hydatoid terminal part contains God cells. The God cells are open and in closed movement during the guttation. Below the God cells, empty cavity is present. The cavity is called stomatal chamber or also called hydatoid chamber. Stomatal chamber or hydatoid chamber. Below this cavity or below the hydatoid chamber, loosely arranged cells are present. Loosely arranged cells are maintained intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces mean between the two or three cells, empty space is present is called intercellular space. This type of tissues are called epithelium tissue. Below the hydatoid chamber, loosely arranged cells are called epithelium tissue. The epithelium tissues are connected with the xylem tracheids. Xylem tracheids connected with epithelium tissue. It is the structure of hydatoid. And during the guttation, water absorbed by the plants, excess water, more water absorbed by the plants, the excess water is reached to the terminal part of tracheids. The terminal part of tracheids mainly in leaf terminal parts of tracheids having excess water, that excess water released into the epithelium tissue. The epithelium tissues are loosely arranged. If the excess water received by the epithelium tissue, the excess water transport to cavity mean stomatal chamber or hydatoid chamber. If hydatoid chamber filled with water, it automatically on the terminal part of hydatoid chamber, God cells are present. The God cells are in open condition. So when the God cells are open, the hydatoid chamber water comes out from the hydatoid. They look like a water drops on the terminal part of leaf. This process is called guttation, mainly in grass plants. See, it is the terminal part of grass plant leaves. The terminal part containing here in this zone, hydatoid is present. These plants are absorbed more or excess water from the soil. The excess water reaches to the xylem tracheids and pass to the epithelium tissue. and pass to the hydathoid chamber. If hydathoid chamber filled with water, then stoma will open or God cells are open and water drops are comes out from the hydathoid. It is the guttation process by the hydathoid. It is the specialized glands present in plants. And the next one, glandular aids and stinging aids. These are the protecting tissues or protective glands. If we discuss here, it is the B diagram, glandular aids, it containing multicellular stalk-like structure. On the terminal part, spheroidal gland body is present. It filled with toxic chemicals, and stinging aids are contained gland body at the lower swollen like glandular body, and above the glandular body hair-like structure is present. The hair-like structure is containing terminal part. The body of stinging air, it is also filled with toxic chemicals. When the animals are reach to the surrounding of these types of plant surface, then glandular airs and stinging air terminal parts are broken. The toxic chemicals are spread over the skin of animal. By these toxic chemicals, the animals are shows specialized character like itching and swollen of skin areas. So plants are selfly protected by the glandular aids and stinging aids. And the nectary glands are present in only insect. Nectary glands are present in insect type of pollination plants. Insect type of pollination means during the pollination, insects need nectary. The nectary present on the terminal part of ovary or below the ovary. That glands are present in the insect pollination plants. So nectary glands are mainly helps in insect pollination in angiosperms like Orchidaceae, Cucurbitaceae. These types of plants contains specialized glands called nectary glands. The last G diagram belongs to digestive glands. This type of glands are present in insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants. Plants need compulsory essential elements for the growth. See, in Assam states, the soil having less quantity of nitrogen. So in that location, if any plants are developed, they are suffered with the nitrogen, lack of nitrogen. So compulsory nitrogen is the major element for the plant growth. Nepenthes, Dracena, like these insectivorous plants are modified their plant pods. They are turned into pictures or bones like structure. On these pictures or in the bone like structures, digestive glands are present. These digestive glands are mainly absorbed or digestion of nitrogen from the insects. Means the Nepenthes and Dracena plants are kill the insects by the trappers. If that insects are having any nitrogen chemical, the nitrogen chemical is digested by the digestive glands and the nitrogen is supplies to the plant growth. So these are the specialized glands present in the insectivorous plants. The next one is secretory tissues. Secretory tissues are mainly two types. One is lattice tissue and internal glands. Lattice tissues means white color juice is produced by the some specialized tissues are released by the specialized tissues is called latticeferous tissues. That latticeferous tissues produce white color chemical or liquid is called latex. It produced by the small size of cells is called latex cells. It produced by the large tube-like structure is called latex vessels. The latex cells and latex vessels are mainly present in the Euphorbitaceae, Asclepiadaceae family plants. And internal glands here it is mainly two types, three types. One is lysogenous cavity or lysogenous cavities, and second one is cytogenous cavities, including hydathoid. See here it is latticeferous tissues. These are the latticeferous tissues, latex vessels, and latex cells. The latex cells are small in size. They are filled with latex, white milky juice-like chemical. And latex vessels also look like a long tube-like structure. They are also filled with latex, white chemical or white juice-like structure. And these are the lysogenous cavities. And these are the cygogenous cavities. Lysogenous cavities are identified in the citrus. See, in the citrus fruits, some cells are lysised. They produce a cavity-like structure. The cavity is filled with oil. So the cavity is formed by the lysis of cells. So this type of glands or tissues are called lysogenous or lysogenous cavities. This type of cavities or lysogenous glands are identified in the citrus. They are filled with oil. So these are also called oil glands. And cygogenous cavities are identified in the coniferapsida plants like in pinus. The coniferapsida tissues, some areas like in root, shoot, leaf anatomy, resin canals or resin ducts are present. The resin ducts are protected by the epithelial parenchyma tissue. Around the epithelial parenchyma, secretory tissues are present. The secretory tissues are connected with tracheids and wood parenchyma. At center region of the duct or canal, globular resins are present. The resin is filled in the resin ducts. The resin is produced by the or released by the secretory tissues or secretory cells at outside of the epithelial cells. So this type of ducts are called resin ducts, and these types of ducts are also called cygogenous. Cygogenous ducts or cygogenous cavities. These are identified in the coniferapsida like in pinus plants. These are the specialized tissues. First one is glands, second one is secretory tissues in the plant. It's all types of glands and tissues present in only specialized plants. So this type of tissues are called special type of tissue system in plants.